Okay, so what you do is...
Yeah, you're just weaving it around.
That.
And then you get an 8.
Oh.
Boom.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have started with that way.
Okay, so where's Schoolcraft State Park on here?
It's under
Oh, right there.
Like I just like lined them up approximately.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. Yes.
I do like the ritual of smoke and good smelling smoke. And I like the idea of bathing the canoes in it with really positive intention. You want to sage yourselves?
How does saging oneself work?
I'm just doing this.
Audrey, how does this work?
Yeah, you just kind of...
Like you're painting, but don't touch yourself because it's fire.
It's just snow.
If you touch yourself, it's not. May your skies be clear and your seas following. May your glass be full and the road rise up to meet you. Hang on.
You just tell me when, Sam.
All right, we're good.
To the Gulf.
To the Gulf.
You have a mosquito on your neck. There you go. My name is Callie Vasatka.
My name is Eric Nathanson.
My name is Audrey Tromley. We are going to be rowing down the Mississippi River, stopping at schools.
Doing educational programs and collecting data and samples for scientific research. And in doing those things, we are promoting conservation and scientific inquiry, as well as showing the possibilities that exist in our world for people from a variety of backgrounds.
My role for this expedition is the science guru, I guess, or science technician. I just graduated from the University of Puget Sound with a bachelor's degree in exercise science, which most people think is PE classes, but it's subjects such as nutrition, physiology, and anatomy, and no actual PE, which is unfortunate.
I'm in charge of classroom management and kind of what we're going to be doing when we go into the classrooms. I've interviewed a lot of different teachers about how to get kids' attention and how to keep everybody focused and engaged. And then I've also been creating our story arc, so what we're going to say when we go into classes and just everything that we're doing.
I'm sort of a jack of all trades. I'm thinking of myself as a support specialist, so my role is to assist the rest of the team as they need and make sure that they are in a good place to accomplish their specialties. At the beginning of the trip, a lot of that is leveraging my experience with wilderness travel and outdoor education, making sure that our systems are really dialed in and everyone knows how to canoe or cook over a fire or tie knots or whatever that might be.
We have several different experiments that we will be doing. The first one is water samples along the entire river. And so we're looking at water quality and testing pH, nitrates, oxygen, phosphates, and all sorts of other different factors and variables that you can measure within the river so that we can see how when river sources are added to the Mississippi, so like when the Missouri River flows in how that may change the contents of what is found within the Mississippi River. And then the second experiment that we're working with is one with microplastics. We're filtering out plastics from the water and having that sent to a lab to be analyzed. So we're just taking a net along with us and collecting plastics every once in a while.
And then we also have our Google camera that we're going to be using for Google to map the river. I was on the crew team at school, and Jordan Hansen came to one of our practices.
There was a alumni night at my university. A friend of mine was helping run the event, and she told me that there was someone I really had to meet, and that was Jordan. And he just pitched this crazy idea he had to me.
And gave us a pitch for this new class that he wanted to do in Puget Sound, where in the spring we'd be learning about the Mississippi, and in the fall we'd be rowing it.
It sounded fun.
Initially I kind of thought he was kind of insane.
Really getting to do a much bigger, more complicated expedition than I'd ever done on my own, while also having a lot of meaning and value behind it beyond just the journey itself.
But the idea of doing something kind of different and interesting and going on an adventure, I think is what really stuck with me. And just to be able to see the United States in a different way than ever before.
So that's what drew me to it, was Jordan's sales pitch, I guess.
Jordan Hansen just turned 34. My role on this trip is mentor for recent graduates, and their mentor/teacher are rowing down the Mississippi River as part of an educational and scientific expedition. That's part of a growing program to continue those things on a regular, sustainable basis. We needed to create an adventure that could be done sustainably every year with new people. And so we picked the Mississippi River because it's just a classic adventure. Going down the Mississippi River is just one of the most iconic American things that you can do. It's just woven into the fabric of our country, of who we are. And so because of that, everybody can relate to it. Within the adventure community, I think there's a big focus on like this human first that's never been done before. And to me, that missed the point. And it took away from the value of the individual's experience. You have this, beautiful resource like the Mississippi River, and you take people who have never experienced it before, and you put them out on the river, and you can't replace the first time someone experiences something. And so in that sense, it is a human first. It's for human first, because the 4 students on this trip on the water have never gone down the Mississippi River before. And because of that, when we talk to classrooms, that rawness is going to be expressed. I don't expect you guys to be polished. I expect you to bring the enthusiasm and even the exhaustion, the challenges and the frustrations. And I think that is going to be something that's palpable.
I guess I'm just excited to see how big it is. So I'm excited to really see the immensity of it and to gain a better understanding for that.
It's such a highway, and so many people have the potential to travel down it and see new places and meet new people by traveling the river. And I think that's what really inspires me about going down it, and what I hope to communicate to others that there is this possibility right in their backyard.
I guess what I'm most excited about seeing is just how the river changes. It starts out as something that you can walk across on a set of stones, and it ends in the ocean, which I just find absolutely amazing. And I'm excited to see every single foot and inch of the river and how each mile differs from one to the other. How old were you when this song came out, Jordan?
In college.
You were in college.
Oh, this is a perfect college song.
All that junk inside that trunk.
Get too drunk.
Done anything quite like going through a lock, and it's just like a really weird and unique experience. So there's just these massive steel gates that like part before you row in, and then they close behind you, and you're like, oh my god, what is this strange concrete and metal box that let someone trap me in?
Did you feel like you were in Star Trek or Lord of the Rings?
Good question. I think it was a little more Lord of the Ringsy. There was definitely something like weighty and mechanical and old-fashioned about a lock and dam. Doesn't have that like pew 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 like space-ness. Yeah.
So we are in Castile right now, and it is 7:40 in the morning, and we are about to go give presentations to the local high school, and we're talking to grades 7 through 12 at 8:08, so it should be fun. I'm really excited for the school visits. I'm really happy that I'm the one who was able to be in charge of that, because teaching kids is just really such an awesome experience, and to be able to engage with other people about something that you're doing is really cool, and to build those connections is really awesome. So I'm really excited for the school visits. I think those are going to be really cool.
The younger elementary school kids are super cute because we'll be in the presentations and we'll be like, all right, does anyone have a question? And all these hands go up. And instead of it being a question, they'll tell you a story about the time when their cousin saw something really awesome on the river, or what the name of their parents and their siblings and their dog is. And they're just trying to connect with you on a very intimate level, and it's super, super adorable because they're making the connections about what you're doing into their own lives. They just haven't perfected the question part yet, but they'll get there.
My name is Dirk Hunter. I'm the principal at Summit Environmental School in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and been there for 25 years now. And when we had the opportunity to have OAR Northwest come through, we just thought it was a perfect fit. You know, anytime you can get people together that have a passion for what they do and get those people in front of kids, there's a lot of magic things that happen. It turns kids on to learning and just what's available out there in life, all the opportunities that are out there that you just got to go find, you got to go reach for, right?
And I'm thinking about these 5 people that are with us today, and they're not giving up. That every day they just keep doing their best. And they talk about how tired and how sore they could be rowing all those miles. And I'm sure there's times when they're feeling like, man, I'm really tired. But that's the thing about life. You just never, ever give up. You just keep doing your best, and that's all you can do. Keep doing your best. Let's give them a big hand. Can we do that?
Oh, hey, Sam. Hey, welcome to the Gulf, man.
Oh, thank you. We're at the Gulf right now? I thought we were still in Minnesota.
Nah, man, this is it. This is the real deal.
We're done?
Yeah.
I have to say, when we came in last night, it didn't feel like we were there yet because it was very dark and it looked like any other campsite in the dark.
I think I'm still kind of in a state of disbelief. Just that all of this has happened and that like we moved our bodies all the way down here. And so I think I'm having a hard time conceptualizing it, even though we've been doing it for the last 3.5 months. And like, I'm telling people I've been doing it, but to actually know that it's done.
Once we got here, my body was kind of like, I'm done. We don't need to go any farther. I would say my biggest sense of accomplishment is that I was willing to challenge myself to even take this on and see if I could do it. And it's something that I was capable of, even if I didn't think so at the beginning, and if a lot of other people doubted me at the beginning too.
The fact that we made it here, the fact that we all like pretty much seem to still like each other, I guess is a pretty big accomplishment.
Or that, yeah.
That's not back forward. That's
No, that's good. That's money. That's natural. That's natural. Be like Eric. Be not like yourself and be like Eric.
Everybody be like Eric.
I'd say there's definitely a little bit of a now what feeling. I don't know if sad's the right word, but like we've been driven by this purpose for so long, for the entire length of the trip, plus all the preparation time beforehand. And so suddenly that purpose is more or less done. And so it's definitely a weird feeling to suddenly be absent of this grand purpose, bringing our team together and driving us forward. I want to keep trying to make the world a better place and improve the world. And I think education and sharing experience is a really powerful way to do that. So I want to keep being able to do that.
And so I don't know if I necessarily know what the next step is, but right now, yeah, it feels, and I think once we get a little bit more sleep, then it'll kind of sink in a little bit more too. But yeah, I think that right now I just feel very powerful. I'm very capable of doing a lot of different things, which is pretty awesome and pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys made it to the Gulf. Woo! Look at all this work. Wow, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? Woo!
Miles of the river.
And that's a wrap.